Alright, the Reject Tree podcast is back on. Today on the show we have All Things Equal. If you've noticed, that's actually us, so cheap plug. Oh, we gotta get our little dartboard in the background. She must have moved forward with all of our rocking out. See, I'm gonna be weirding people out with that view. You just look into my eyes. Alright, got the measure cooking?
Yep.
Alright. You can actually loop back around and do the set in reverse if you want. I'm pushing the voice here now, so you can get it to crack. Go with the measure. Shine the light, refuse the brand. The final test, the measure of a man. Disguised by its beauty, no mark for the beast. Earth swallows the ground, sunset in the east. Bounty consumed and bled dry as the horse. What was need is now who has the most. Savage delight and extracted its soul. Priceless has a cost and it's already sold. Your back's against the wall, it's time to take a stand. The vultures warm the walls, it's time to show your hand. The time is gonna come, so catch us if you can. This is not a test, it's the measure of a man. Surface broken, the vein has been exposed. Supply depleted, unable to grow. Clandestine, motives master greed. We'll buy the story if you plant the seed. Survival depends on changing the course. The future can't worry, they'll just find another source. Your back's against the wall, it's time to take a stand. The vultures roam the walls, it's time to show your hand. The time is gonna come, so catch us if you can. This is not a test, it's the measure of a man. Shine the light, refuse the brand. A final test, the measure of a man. To all the feminists out there, we're not trying to start anything. It's just the measure of a man. Sorry, what should we say?
It's the measure of a man.
Yeah, piss off. But, what do we want to hit next? Let's just go backwards. I got more in me. How's your fingers ticking?
I'm winding down.
Come on,
Yeah.
guy.
Pick. Actually, let's do all those red dots right there.
Want to red dot that?
Let's do all the red dots in reverse.
Okay. So Wanderlust, Take Me Away, Hide and Seek, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know this life is such a grind. I know this life is such a grind. Looking for some peace and time. Looking for some peace and time. I left my past behind, but my future I can't find. Search from dusk till dawn, but when I get there it is gone. I'll just be moving on. Things I'll taking way too long. I wander on, I wonder lost. I sacrifice everything, but what is the cost? I trust I must, it all turns to dust. I wonder who lost, you know I wander on. You know it's hard to walk the line, know it's hard to walk the line. Looking for some peace and time. happen to me when I'm on stage.
I hope that doesn't happen to me when I'm on stage.
Well, no, when I went to go take a breath, it's like a freaking little hair hits you in the back of the throat, and you go to speak, and nothing comes out. It's such a weird thing. It's like your voice shuts down for a minute. It happened twice. Sorry about that. I'm just rehearsing. We're both gutted, tired. Making that energy happen, though. Don't be a little bitch, man.
Oh,
Come on, 2 legs.
Crosby.
Alright, so take me away?
Yep.
Alright. It starts out in my brain.
I have a string completely in the wrong tuning. It's throwing everything off.
It sounded a little different. Look, man, nobody said here that we were professionals, so.
How far from it? But we're trying. One day we'll be the professionals.
Oh, we'll get there. But at the end of the day, if freaking somebody doesn't like it, our audience is generally going to be eating supper. So they can probably go back to their meals while we sort things out anyways, right? Alright, take me away. It starts out in my high brain, then it courses through my veins. A poison with no name, but I don't feel no pain. You can't kill the strain, 'cause alone it can maintain. After the host is drained, it hides inside the stain. Here it comes again, whispers in the rain. Down and now aflame, well, this concludes our game. There's something missing, consequences again, unfulfilled in the void, or am I just paranoid? All these things I avoid while I try to make some noise. Why don't you take me away? Why don't you take me today? The soil has been raped, dollars for our fate. Problems escalate and then we are left with no escape. What can you create amongst the fear and hate, while we take the bait and wonderful things that you forsake? The lie begins to break. Am I guilty of the trade? It's time to set things straight before it becomes way too late. There's something missing, consequences again, unfulfilled in the void, or am I just paranoid? All these things I avoid while I try to make that choice. Why don't you take me away? Why don't you take me today? Why believe it when you can masturbate? Don't let them feel the hate for all the mistakes that we always seem to make. It's time for me to go, time for me to move on. Maybe tomorrow I'll finish writing what went wrong. Fuck. Choice got me again, and I over whistled, and then I ran out of breath. Woo, power through,
You can
man.
do 2 bars of whistle, that's okay.
No, 2 bars of whistle's fine. I just freaking almost forgot to whistle. That was the only problem. 2 bars of whistling is fine. Just, fuck, I gotta tighten that up, man. I should be better at that than that by now. You gotta run, run. You just run, run. There's a man over there and he don't seem to care. He catches us all so unprepared, and I know what made him choose, and I know why he started to shoot. You just run, run. He's got a gun, gun. I don't know what you're gonna do. Well, the boogeyman's here and the killers are too. You better run for cover, they're coming for you. A game of hide and seek, watch out for the freaks. You just run, run. You gotta run, run. The look in his eye is filled with despise, and all this time he's tried to hide. Somehow he feels justified. The gunshots drown out all the cries. He just run, run. He's got a gun, gun. I don't know what you're gonna do. Well, the boogeyman's here and the killers are too. You better run for cover, they're coming for you. A game of hide and seek, watch out for the freaks. You just run, run. You gotta run, run. There's only so long you can pretend that your enemies are your friends. It's only so long before it happens again. God damn it, man, you gotta amend. You just run, run. He's got a gun, gun. I don't know what you're gonna do. Well, the boogeyman's here and the killers are too. You better run for cover, they're coming for you. A game of hide and seek, there's war in the streets. You just run, run. He's got a gun, gun. You just run. Alright, eyes wide shut. Let's put this motherfucker up there real quick times. Hey, we're back. I don't know if we were really ever gone, but we may have been. We had audio at least, so. Raise your head up and don't you close your eyes. Listen closely and don't get hypnotized. We're sloppy, but fuck you guys. I don't see you guys making this music, so.
That last run through by some shout out. I was really happy with that one too.
That was the grind. That was definitely the definition of a grind jam, man. Whew.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Now we can take a little break. So what, we got 16? I think the first video was 30 minutes. This one was probably somewhere around 20. Oh, the smokes are off the cameras there. Oh look, got a little Haffer McGaffer
Haffer
here.
McGaffer came to visit?
Good freaking come over for a little visit, little buds.
For anyone who's wondering, this is just soda, but this is the best soda. This is pineapple soda.
Don't worry, he's not driving. It's just soda.
You know. So
Oh, you know what? We shouldn't break the third wall so often.
That's true. We should just talk to each other.
Yeah, there's no audience there. You can see us, but we can't see
Once
you.
in a while.
Every once in a while. We're like Frank Underwood in friggin' House of Cards, man.
That's how you devour a whale, Malta, one bite at a time.
Have you friggin' watched much of that?
I've watched a few episodes of the first season.
I got in, I think, season 3 or 4, and then, I don't know, it's just like, the one thing that sucks about Netflix is like the gift and the curse is that you can binge watch the shit out of it. So I'll watch like
and once you're caught up, you're stuck in.
Well, then you gotta wait like 11 months for the next freaking thing to come out, and then I don't know, sometimes I lose interest in stuff with that by the time it comes back around.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah, that's kind of what happened with me and Walking Dead, to be honest with you.
Oh, that show just turned into shit, though. Like,
It
in
was
House of
also
Cards,
pretty
from what I'm
garbage.
hearing right now, I'm missing all kinds of crazy stuff. But the nice thing is like, I can go back and binge watch those 2 seasons whenever I so choose to. It's almost like now with Netflix specials, especially for TV series, I almost want to wait and let them come out in their entirety. So that way I can just binge watch friggin' like the entire series without having to wait a friggin' full year between.
Actually, the trunk is better sight unseen over here. I should put my bong on this side because it's really.
Oh, you mean your headlamp? Or what is it we're calling it?
Or lamp.
The lamp.
It's the smoking lamp.
It's the lamp. Set the lamp over there. If you put it just on the edge there, she'll be off camera.
And do you mind passing me the lamp oil? It's in the.
Which one though? This one?
It's both of those. Yeah, those 2 pieces.
Actually, do it. Looks like a little oil canister. No, good times and great memories. So we got a lot of work to do on our list, man.
I know.
We didn't get the band photos done. It rained all fucking day. Kind of sucked.
And of course, though, it's us. It's the odds, though. Like, of course, the day when we're finally home, like,
I just want to stay lit. I forgot how to
it's
roll.
humid.
It is. I gotta start putting it back inside again. I think freaking leaving it out here, it's getting like moisture into it. So that's the beauty half of McGaffer. Just want me going.
It's a lot of fire.
So yeah, I think friggin' CJ Barley's tomorrow. Like, just go up and do it if we want, or we can just take it in, see what we get from it.
And who's to say we could get up there and just be like, you know what, this is just spitballing it. We can get up there, do a set, or let's go do a song or 2.
I think if we just were like to have 3 songs that, I mean, really, I think we just kind of figured out like Wanderlust, Eyes Wide Shut, and Hide and Seek. I think are our best 3 songs that we can do acoustically right now.
Yeah, I'm really not disappointed in Take Me Away, but it should be so much farther along than how we have
Oh
it.
no, it's one of those songs. Like I said, that's the risk for reward song. It's not that friggin' it hasn't come along far enough. It's that it's one of those songs that if you're not on the top of your game, it's not going to sound good.
Yeah.
You just have to grind that out even more, man. That's literally like one of those songs you got to play like 1,000 times before you can not have a regression in it to the point where the song sounds bad. That song for us is like big hit or miss.
Mhm.
If we hit it, we hit it good, and if we don't hit it, we've missed it.
Yeah.
So it's not to suggest that song isn't rehearsed enough. It's one of those that one there. It's not like a push. Push. We had 18 days. That song was in the full circle. Good to go. You even got the lyrics written down 100% now. But Take Me Away is one of those ones where if the tones are just a bit off, the song doesn't work. That one we almost need to play like 1,000 times. Whereas the song like Push, we needed to play like 30. And it has experienced lineup changes too. A couple different things going on with that. I think we just do the whistle to fill the void, but I don't know. I don't think that's how that song's gonna stay. I liked the whistles. I like that we do that, but at the end of the day, I don't think we're gonna end up doing that live, would we?
we had 2 mics, yeah. If not, just you. And not
Maybe we should put
not
like a
too
sweet
far.
harmonica solo in there.
Funny thing is, like, I want to try harmonica and actually, like...
But what's the key? Because that was the problem with the one that you had. It just wasn't in the right key for us to use. Because aren't they all in a specific key, harmonicas?
Yeah, they're all in one key,
So what did we need? We figured we needed an E, a low E, a high E, E minor, or something or other.
We'll need for Take Me Away?
If I were to add I guess it does boil down to the song, yeah.
It would really depend on
What would
the
be the
song.
most versatile one for what we have in terms of most of the keys of the song that we play in?
Probably A minor.
So if we got
just A.
If we got an A
'Cause you
harmonica, then I could just kind of sit here and figure out how to fuck with it. And
I
at
don't...
least be in the right key.
Yes, I don't know if they have A minor harmonicas, because that's more of a chord kind of thing, whereas
True.
Just A would work because it's not minor or major.
So
I know
basically
it's really
just bring
technical sounding,
A,
but
B, C, D. Like they don't have the major and minors in harmonica.
they shouldn't know,
I
because
wouldn't think so.
wouldn't make sense for
Okay.
them to
I
have
just
that.
for some reason recalled you saying that it was a minor or major, but
I mean, our songs are in minor and major.
I don't know
but
any theory. Like
honestly, even when
It's
I
all
say it,
forward.
it's like the most like beginner of all theory, and it's just the way I can actually translate it.
But you actually have that. I'm just like I have no idea. You'll have to show me,
but even
and then I'll just replicate it.
but see, I can hardly talk to someone who really knows their stuff. I look like an idiot.
Well, no, I mean it's all to like levels of understanding, right? So like I mean most people that are like they're versed in theory, if they know that they're talking to somebody new, if you have a good teacher, then you're gonna learn from that person. Like Mike could explain that shit to you. If you try to sit with some freaking other prissy pompous guy, the guy's like, oh, you don't even know that. Like, well, you're not a teacher, you're just a dick.
Yeah.
Right? Just because you know it doesn't mean that's you have to be a freaking asshat about it, right?
The only reason I really learned the amount of theory that I know is because that was the only way I could like translate what people were trying to say when I was like watching videos and reading stuff on trying to learn more about the guitar and stuff.
Yeah.
You kind of forced into it, but it's really, I wish I knew more of it because it's so useful when you can apply it.
Well, you have like the basis down. Why don't you freaking try to explore it further? Because one of us has got to understand this shit. You know it sure as fucking gonna be me. So
It's just a lot. It's so much work.
it is a lot of work.
It's very confusing. That's one thing where
This is all work, man. Like
That's one thing where I would consider going to a teacher who knows their stuff, because learning from a teacher versus picking that kind of thing out of the internet, because the internet's full of so much wrong music theory, and I can't tell the difference between wrong and right.
well, and
music
that's the
theory.
thing is you can get steered down the wrong path, kind of thing. That's why I'd like to actually, when we do the August 5th recording at Connors there up the street, I want to sit with Bernie Collins maybe after that and see if something can give me some like training on breathing techniques. Because that's the one thing is like I don't really. It's something that I've kind of developed just out of necessity, but I wonder if there's more of a process to it that I could follow that would really help me out. Because like, there's just certain songs that when I get to the spot where I need to have more emphasis, I run out of gas. Like I just don't have the breathing control to get through it. And I mean, if you look at where we've come from the beginning to now, it's gotten a lot better. But I need somebody else to help me take that next step of like, I know where I can steal breaths, and I know on some syllables you can actually draw a breath while you're singing it to give yourself help to get out, but I need that next step, like for push.
And if anyone,
It's killing me that I can't get through that. But
if anyone can teach you that shit, it would be Bernie Collins.
Wow, man,
like
she's I don't know. It's almost like she's got freaking like an oxygen tank stored in her leg. That girl can just belt him out, man. Shout out to Bernie Collins, but we should probably call you by a real name, Bernadette Connors. It's a term of endearment, though, by the way. If you are the Bernadette, you're awesome. I think she's playing at like Say What or the Beer Market these next couple of jams, so I don't know when she's going to be back for the open mics, but
on August 5th, she's actually playing in Aurora Town Park. I looked it up.
It's like a Wood Fest or a Jazz Appreciation Festival or something like that.
And I would go, but we're going to be in the studio.
Yeah. And then maybe we can freaking pick Buddy's brain about when we can get in for an open mic. Yeah, I'd kind of like to, once we start doing the open mics, just be consistent with them. Like, basically, we have to go to work 2 nights a week kind of thing.
That's our thing,
'Cause
bro.
I'm afraid we'll do it and not go back.
And also, bro, one thing, we have to be consistent with everything. Like, our playing is, not faltering, but we could be on the line of it.
Mm-hmm.
Of it just like slipping back, and we got to work a little harder to just get it back to par.
Well, you remember what we've been distracted with like the last couple
Oh
of
yeah,
weeks,
we've had
right?
life hitting us and shit.
Well, no, we've had freaking all this other stuff, which is equally important.
Oh,
but
yeah.
we took a step back on the music. I've said like the last 3 times that we've been out here going over the list, I'm like, still the most important thing is we got to get our product back. We've got our freaking all the things that we website, allthingsequal.org. Don't go there. We haven't really done a lot with it yet.
It's just a website.
We need pictures. We need merch. We need all the stuff that people who have never played before don't need. And we kind of just sidetracked ourselves a little bit. But the music's good, man. All we just need to do is like over the next couple of weeks, we'll just keep pounding it out and practicing. And we're gonna get to do multi-track recording.
I know. I've been thinking about that too.
Like, it seems like it should be a lot easier than trying to get the immaculate recording. Like, if you look at our history, we've recorded through an iPhone our entire lives of our recording lives.
The funny thing is I think the one thing I completely overlooked about multi-track recording is when I finally get in there and they're like, all right, there's our bass version, let's start layering. We've been looking at the songs as like the complete package, just missing minus the percussion stuff. If there's a drummer out there, please join our band if you're good.
Oh, please.
Like,
Please,
we need a
one
drummer.
so badly. Someone to make us sound good. We could really use you. And if there's any bassists out there, I'm sick of trying to learn to sing and play. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. It is one of the things that every success is amazing, but it's not like it's like getting, now I can ride a bike, I can ride any bike. It's not the way it is with singing and playing. It's like each time you have to learn how to ride a bike. It's like, it's the hardest thing. I don't know how people do it. Maybe I'm setting myself at a disadvantage trying to do it from the bass, but it is like, I can half-ass both of them. I just can't I can do them separately quite well. Together I have a really hard time. Even if I can get through it, I still always have an issue with the quality.
What's the thing? It's all about quality. At the end of the day, my fucking guitar playing today was shit.
Oh,
my
that's fine.
God. I don't know what's going on with my rhythm lately. Like, I used to have such a steady fucking right hand. And I don't know.
You don't have your snake ring on. It's thrown off the equilibrium of your right hand.
I actually haven't worn that snake ring since the wedding, and I hadn't worn it before that since I came to the cottage and found it there.
Oh, see, I've got it on my dresser.
I gotta take it to a jeweler and get it fixed because it's split at the bottom.
Mm.
But you're actually, you know what? As silly as it sounds, you're actually not that far off. I kind of am almost considering buying just a slightly heavier one for this finger, only when I play guitar, just to balance the hand, because the heavy rings do kind of balance the hand a bit.
Well, that's the thing. You've always been accustomed to playing with those rings on your finger. So if you take fucking Scully McScully off there, then you're gonna probably have serious issues with your index finger.
I only
You're
take
missing it's all that muscle memory, right? It would feel different. It's like a weighted bat. You know, when they freaking on deck circle out the weighted bat and make it feel nice and heavy, and then you drop it, and then your other bat feels lighter.
The only time I take the rings off to play ever is to play the flamenco on the guitar, because I hit the guitar a lot and I put
your
dents
speed
in
could be ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
Holy
it is a little, it is a tiny bit faster, but for just like picking and a lot of the strumming that we do, this kind of like keeps my hand weighted just that little bit.
It's amazing how little things like that make a difference. Like, it doesn't even seem like it should be a real thing, but I find I can't wear anything on my wrist. When I'm playing guitar, I can't have anything on my wrist.
It smacks against it.
Well, even just like to where, like, I guess I kind of rest my wrist on the guitar a lot more than I rest like my palm. So right there, I'll get like this bracelet sliding in the way, or if I got like my leather watch or that leather brace, I can't wear anything on it. I mean, even the wedding ring doesn't bother me, but
I hardly get away with these bracelets just because they're rubber.
Yeah.
And
see, and I'd probably be annoyed by them because they'd be sticking to my arm and then sticking to the lacquer on my guitar or whatever it is, that finish on there, right? Yeah, I probably couldn't do it. Lighting up the lamp. It's like we have the Olympics in here every night.
Oh, the Olympics fucking happen in here like multiple times a
You
day.
know what they say about all things equal? Love the marijuana.
Love the marijuana.
Pretty soon we could have our own strand out. If Trudeau friggin' does what he says he's supposed to do. Put out.
Yeah, because I'm sorry. If anyone's listening to this, I'm not buying government weed. Like, look what happened when the government started selling cigarettes. Look what's not in it. Look what else is in it besides just tobacco, which is what you buy it for because you want to smoke tobacco. There's like arsenic and jet fuel and poison and like dead people and raccoons.
Yeah,
and
so many bad things in
Like,
there, man. Like the formaldehyde's the one that scares me. I'm like, there's embalming fluid in this. Why am I enjoying this so much? But
makes it burn even apparently or something.
well, what did they say? Like if you like do straight like native tobacco, it's actually not bad for you. I'm like, it just can't be. Like,
Oh no, it's bad for you. Like
Well,
even the
comparatively,
Native
I guess,
Americans
right?
were like, no, they knew tobacco is bad for you,
Mhm.
but it's people love tobacco because
people
the
like to
nicotine.
smoke, right?
Nicotine is super addictive.
It's
and-
a very social thing too. I find.
oh yeah. Hence, it kind of peace piped that whole thing way
Yeah.
back.
No, absolutely. You got like when you get like the Indian culture, you got those 6 hose hookahs. Come everyone, come. We'll put hoses in our mouth. We'll fall asleep for hours. Right? Like man, I remember we got one of those and we didn't realize like how long oil takes to burn it.
Oh, granted, they're smoking shisha, which is
No,
just,
understandably, they still have naps though. They had the opium back in the day. They freaking used to, like, to
yeah.
rock that hardcore. Like, yeah, oh the shisha, yeah, they throw a little shit in with the shisha. Trust me, it's not a freaking clean little fucking thing to go right. But I remember we won one from an auction when the hemp shop opened up in friggin' Oshawa. My buddy won a 6 hose hookah, and I had a 1 ounce brass bowl on the top of it. This thing was like 4 feet tall. So like we're moving into our new place. We're like, let's christen this up. This will be sweet. So I'm pretty sure like everyone kind of threw like a gram and a bit in there of weed. So like we're just about to sit down and smoke, and our buddy walks in. He's like, oh shit, let me get in on this. And he had a freaking baby jar of fucking oil. He took out a fat freaking spoon and whap, threw it right in on top of the weed. We had no idea, right? This fucking thing burned for like 48 hours, bro. I'm not even really sure what happened, but like, I mean, I can remember vividly all of us laying there, like, sleeping in between, like, 20-minute smoking sessions. And, like, at one point we had to put fucking water on it to put it out, because it was, like just enough to, no more flame. It's not smoking anymore, right? So, I wonder if this thing will go again. Bam. That thing went 8 more times. Like, we had, like, probably, I want to say, in 48 hours, probably 3 1-hour sessions each day before it was finally done. So it was probably like the equivalent of like 4 or 5 mason jars of friggin' hash oil with maybe about a quarter of bud. That was like, I guess when the oil coated over top of it was like fucking, syrup on your vanilla ice cream. It's like, look at this fucking like drug sundae, wicked.
That sounds like an amazing Sunday.
Yeah, it was good times. But, back in the day, I couldn't even fucking hang right now. I'm good with my halfers. Halfers and some friggin' Miller Lights, and we were freaking groovy. Remember when I used to like run around and stuff and actually be fit and healthy? Such a waste of time.
Remember when I used to play sports, I used to be able to run for miles, and now I don't run. Like, why would people run?
I was at the wedding the other day and I was just watching all these kids, and they're just running everywhere. Run. And I was like, I remember being a kid, I used to love running. Just because I was outside. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna run around. I'm gonna chase my friends. These kids were just whipping all around the property for like hours. I'm like, fuck, I'm exhausted watching little bastards. I got winded going up the stairs back up to the dance floor. Like 15 minutes into dancing, I'm like, whew, I have not taken very good care of my body. I'm like, I used to be so fit that I can't even imagine now. Like, my old self would be disgusted with me at this point, but my old self just couldn't settle down. He always had to run around. He was a busy lad.
Did I tell you what happened at the Subway when I went to get my sandwich?
Okay, I was going to say, gotta specify, because there's no Subways otherwise, but anyway.
So, like before I came in here to jam,
Mhm.
went to the Subway to get my sandwich, and there was a whole like troop of people in there all together,
Mhm.
and the 2 Indian ladies behind the counter were making them all sandwiches, and these fucking people were being such jackasses to them because they're telling them like what they want, but then they're telling like how to make their sandwich. Like,
Give us the ingredients. We're the sandwich artists. I believe that's what they're actually called there. Sandwich artists.
probably.
So, who the fuck is you to tell me how to put the green peppers on the sandwich, man?
And frickin' they were like, she goes to put it in the oven or in the toaster thing, and she's like, and the chick's like, oh no, that's on the press. She's like, yeah, we cook it and then press it. That's how we do it. And it's just fucking asinine.
Like, do you work here, bitch? Like, freaking, do you want the sandwich or not? Like, at that point, that's why I got out of customer service. Because, like, your threshold, I don't know how people do it for long term. I managed 3 years, and I was, like, very polite, very professional. I'd go out of my way to help people, even if they didn't really deserve it. Like, I remember, like, moral victory being, like, if you got that person that was, like, a complete asshole to say thank you and smile and walk away, that was, like, your victory for the day. But fuck, that drains on you, man. Like, I was so miserable working at the airport. I'm like, people flying out are at the, customer service people have to deal with almost like the worst type of people, but
People who are traveling.
adding that airport influence just makes it freaking, I don't know. You can take like the nicest old lady who would freaking like, oh, it's okay, dear, just can you take these back and heat them up in a restaurant? You try that shit in an airport, this bitch will hit you with a cane. I got smoked in the leg by some lady.
What?
She was the sweetest old lady. She got rolled up in her wheelchair. And I was like, oh, it was a pleasure. We had a nice conversation, we laughed, it was fine. And she goes, I need to sit in the very first row on the aisle seat. I'm like, I can't put you there because that's the emergency exit. So you have to be an able-bodied person to sit in there. You just have to sit one seat back, which is only like maybe half a foot further up the aisle. And she's like, no, I need to sit in the first row in the aisle. I'm like, I can't put you there, but I can put you in the second row in the aisle, which is the difference of like, here's a head, here's you. I'm like, I just can't put you there. And she's like, no, you're putting me there. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I'm really sorry, but you're getting this. And then she's like, I told you to put me in the thing. And this lady comes around and swings at me with her freaking cane from the wheelchair. I'm like, damn, bitch. I got behind the podium. She hit the podium instead of me, and I kind of got like a little laughter thing or whatever. I'm like, you can't do that. I'm not your grandson, lady. Like, I'm not freaking, you can't scold me into putting you in the right seat. I'm like, here's your seat. Have a great day. And this bitch went off. She went from kind, sweet old lady to like, I don't know, it was almost like something out of Stephen King. She got gnarly, man.
Wow.
Anyways, but so far we've done almost 40 minutes on our very first attempt at a recorded podcast, so.
This is like the prototype.
It is.
I'm already feeling more comfortable for like when we sit back and actually have a conversation with each other, and if we have little talking points sitting down there, oh bro, we'll be just fine for a podcast. Like, I wanted to suddenly ask you about Dewey Cox and stuff like that, but that's for future podcasts. Mm-hmm. We're going to be talking about Dewey Cox and rockumentaries and all sorts of cool stuff.
So this is our first attempt, and you'll probably see like our first actual effort the next time. So it was nice chatting with y'all on the Reject Tree. Have a good night.
Have a good night, y'all.